Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Swordhaven. We've finally made it to Grainhold, and as you can see, Grainhold is going to be a nice fun area similar to Clamreach. Our heroes are rather tired and one of them is also wounded, a condition which can be cured by bandages or resting at an inn. And we found this ginormous footprint. Which we've already looked at apparently in the last episode, so it's huge. We have a note here. I came across a very big footprint on my way to the village. Perhaps the locals will know something about it. So let's center the camera and continue on down the road. Now, when it comes to Grainhold, I'm fighting a temptation to speedrun the whole area because, you know, I've explored this area in early access. As I said, during the early access period, I played up to around level 5, by which I don't mean I got to level 6. I mean, I think some characters were still late level 4, some were sort of early level 5, you know. I know roughly what I'd done. So, I have two very good reasons for not speedrunning this area.
I'm on it.
The first reason is I cannot presume at all that any of you will have seen this, this material. And secondly, they might have changed stuff. So, let us focus on going down the road and finding ourselves a good place to stop. I could have done it just there in the middle of the road, but it wouldn't have felt right. I'll be resting, well, I'll be investigating things here instead, like this, for example. Oh, hello, who are you? Just a traveller on you. We'll leave you to it. You stand before a modest roadside shrine dedicated to Omre, goddess of earth, cattle, medicine, and commerce. Budukid touches the shrine. Those who value honest work honor Omre. But Master Budukid, aren't all deities just sparks of the eternal dragon fire? Asks Gintar. Quite so, my friend, and different people are drawn to different aspects of what it represents. It's all rather confusing, but I'm not here to question the wisdom of the dragon cult. You scratch your chin and turn your attention back to the shrine. Perhaps a prayer is in order. We'll examine the small fane. The goddess's wooden statue isn't quite right. Perhaps the artist wasn't very skilled, or maybe there's another reason for it, but Omre is portrayed as frowning when usually she smiles. We shall kneel before the shrine and pray. You recite the dragon's mantra 12 times, then perform the customary 2 bows, 2 claps, and finish up with 1 final bow. The party has gained experience and we shall walk away satisfied. On to new adventures. Now, just a reminder, we have not visited the ruins of Cressetwall. That is because we can pick up a new party member here in Grainhold, and it might be nice for them to gain some of the experience there. And also their assistance would be appreciated. It would appear there is a well and some rope here. Lots of barrels of water. So people aren't just coming to the well when they need it. They're taking water away and storing it here. And just off to the left now, by the roadside, there appears to be some manner of camp with a great many tents and some nice details on the cloth here. I like that. Let's meet this old fellow here. This fat man's expression is unabashedly joily, and crinkles around his eyes suggest that he's accustomed... Oh, sorry, right. Blah, let's do that again. This fat man's expression is unabashedly jolly, and the crinkles around his eyes suggest that he's accustomed to laughter and merriment. On the other hand, his thick arms and neck are evidence of a lifetime of toil. Even the great ball of his belly looks hard. Welcome to Svarno's way station for wanderers. I, as you may have guessed, am Svarno. I'm not sure what that accent of yes means. Is it Schvarno or something? Sister Gwyneth of the Lakes, the dragon's humble helpmeet. He bows with the utmost respect. Any representative of a dragon is welcome in our camp, sister. What is this place? You spot one of the camp's residents stropping a large blade, too large even for gutting deer, and his associate is wearing a bandolier of throwing knives. Not exactly the kit of a simple traveller. I've had quite a bit of success as a trader in my day, but I was always distressed by the poverty I saw on the road. When I amassed enough wealth to retire, I decided to commit a portion of it to the indigent. Grainhold is but my latest stop. You're saying that you feed and clothe all these people? Oh, no, I am not a duke. I provide what help I am able, where it's needed most. In return, I collect new friends everywhere I go, like yourself, and so many tales by the firelight. I could never tell them all, even if I lived to be 100. It looks more like a thieves' hideout, but they're so heavily armed there isn't much need to call it out. They know it. I know it. And if they know that I know it, it doesn't matter unless I kick up a fuss about it. How very noble of you. James Bond level sarcasm there. We're talking oh damn it. It slipped my mind. The one who's 98 and still alive and looks disturbingly young for his age. Or is he 99 now actually? Yeah, not Sean Connery, not the guy who was James Bond's second. Third one. Roger Moore. There we go. It came to me eventually. Right. Helping others isn't some high and mighty act of heroism. It's what every sensible person should do. Well then, I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Could you help me by letting me know if you know anything about that? Oh, sorry. Maybe someone in the village can help you. And do you know how I can get to the city of Swordhaven? Easy. Talk to the ferryman. Fat fella named Wustus. You'll find the deck over that way, points to the southwest. It's the only way across the Tumsa that I know of, and you have to cross the river to get to Swordhaven. Is there anything you need done around the camp? I wanted to treat my friends to some of my famous punch, but I'm missing a couple of ingredients. If you could help me gather them, I'll set aside a generous portion for you. Well, the fire scrolls teach us to assist those in need. What are you missing? Oh, nothing fancy. I'm short on dragonleaf, a fragrant red flower that grows in the woods. 5 leaves should be more than enough. Oh, you know what would make my punch even better? A bit of bee honey. There's an apiary to the west of here. He points the way. That's if you're interested. I should check my bag and see. I might already have what you need. Sure, take your time. Now, this is fly honey, it's not bee honey. And he wants 5... I know what it looks like, I'm just not seeing it. There it is. Right, dragonleaf. We have 16. But let's go get that honey. And also, we could explore the area a bit. But for now, why don't we get ourselves some sleep in a camp with people who might rob us and kill us in our sleep for our money. But hey, we can try, right?
I grew weary.
And maybe get a couple of extra hours in before heading off. We will absolutely speak to these two individuals. In fact, I'll speak to the man. I will not speak to the woman yet. I have a reason for holding off on talking to her. He slams his mug down on the table, nearly spilling his drink, and looks like one of the guys from 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. Was it 4 pints of lager and a packet of crisps? I can't remember it. A horrible show, not worth watching. Oi there, sugar. 'Tis a fine night for a cold flagon of ale, if I do say so myself. Beats the piss out of working, that's for certain. What is this work you speak of? Ah, yes, that also has to do with a buzz, but not the good kind, like this ale is giving me. Alright. Only things buzzing in this part of the world are the flies. Exactly! He snaps his fingers. I'm not very good at snapping my fingers, it doesn't always work. I mean, listen to that, right? Ow. Hurt my hand. Sorry, my right hand's been hurting for weeks now. I think something's happened between a couple of the fingers. Anyway. This geezer over in the big city needs a live, phlegbified blue mother. And I'm the one who's going to get her. Or get someone else to get her for me. Why would someone need a phlegbified brood mother? Just start a hive of their own, I'd imagine. That nasty honey the bitey buzzers produce tastes horrible, but for an alchemist or arsonist or some violent cuss who likes to cause trouble, it has its uses. Is it legal to bring such a dangerous insect into the city? Yeah. I mean, yes, absolutely. Don't quote me on that. And why would anyone do such a hazardous job for you? Well, cough up half the dough to the one who gets the queen. Well, then I get the other half by delivering the beastie to Swordhaven, with nary a bite or boil on my hide. And how much is half the dough? 50 dinars, sugar. Why didn't you ask for help in the camp? I did, but nobody would take me up on my offer. Their loss, I say. Alright, got it. His flagon stops mid-hoist and he looks up at you. What? I've decided to help you. Nice, but getting that queen won't be simple. First off, there's no telling where that creepy crawly is at, so it's going to be a game of chance. Secondly, you'll really have to dig for her. A bite or two is guaranteed, but if you're sure you can pull it off, I'll gladly split the reward 50-50. He points west. The hives are off that way, a bit north of the village. Well, I don't have it at the moment. Moving on, how do you keep your ale so cold out here? That's easy. See that gent over there? He points to a man sitting by a fire. The older one. He's a whiz at that kind of stuff. Oh, come now, my good man. I'm sure this had nothing to do with magic. He shrugs. We sealed the keg with pine resin, tied a rope around it, and left it on the bottom of the river overnight. Then rolled it back into the camp. Nicely chilled. That's the whole trick. This simple technique taught you a valuable lesson in survival. That you can store things in a cold place. Okay. I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Do you know anything about that? Nope. But I bet the villagers do. Oh, we'll get to someone who knows about it eventually. Don't worry. Well, then I'll go and ask them. He raises his mug to you. Now, this lady, we're going to leave her alone. For a little bit. I've got a point of outdoorsmanship from learning about storing in the river. Okay.
I'll do it.
Well then. Now that we are well rested, although one of us is still a bit vulnerable. How about... No. Do I want to... I'm trying to decide if I want to... See, I know I can pick up a new party member down here. And I don't know if their experience level is going to be relative to ours when they join. and so it's best to get as much as possible without them joining the party first. Or if it's best to get them in the party as soon as possible if they come at a fixed amount of experience, or a fixed amount relative to our own, so they can then share in the leveling.
Okay.
So I should probably just proceed as if I don't. Yeah, we'll follow this path. As if I don't really know that. There's another one of these. And I'm just going to be hitting Alt a few times as well, if in case I think I might have missed something. Okay, we've got a stone wall here. And I think I see the bees. Nicolas Cage is in there screaming somewhere really badly, and people say it's some of the worst acting they've ever seen, and why did it even need a remake in the first place? Ow. Now, let's be realistic here. Shooting arrows at a crowd full of bees seems like a really dumb, unrealistic idea. So let's just save our ammunition. And we want to aim carefully. Oh, nice. Okay, Bruce Lee. Let the real warriors come in and fight. Oh, beautiful. And here come even more bees. Okay. Oh, fine. I thought I still had a couple of action points to spend on movement. Let them come then, I suppose. All right. It's like Legolas up on the walls. It's been good knife work up on the walls. My count's nearly 2 dozen. It is 2 dozen at that point. Yeah.
Yes, friend?
Yeah. Fuck the film and making the elf win the game. We all know who won. Because he fought his way through all the orcs in the caverns beneath. Was it 92 or 96? It was still good enough. Right. Bee honey. Yes. More bee honey. Excellent. More honey. More honey. Keep it up. More honey. I think the Flebberfly Queen is in one of these hives. I don't know if she's automatically in the last one we check. Or if it's a specific one that she's assigned to. That is highly suspicious. I appear to be missing something.
Nice and smooth.
Or maybe she's not in one of the hives. Oh. Oh. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now we do have the joy of exploring all of these
I've
fields.
spotted something.
Okay, what have you found, lady? Oh, some coins, an emerald and a pearl. Beautiful. Let's go back to the camp in Svarno. There's lots of nice little combat encounters by the roadside in this area that we can use to fuel our experience meters. But if we're going to pick up a new party member soon, maybe we should try and focus on that a little. Old Svarno beams at you with a warm, grandfatherly smile. Come, rest your weary legs. There's plenty of room by the fire. I have the herbs you asked for. And what about the honey? And the honey. Perfect! He presents you with 3 clay bottles. Folks have been known to call my punch a healing potion because it's that good. We gained experience points, lost 5 dragon leaf, gained 2 potent healing potions, lost bee honey, gained a healing potion. Alright, I'll be on my way. Until we meet again, and we may very well do just that.
Fine, I'll do it.
For now, though, we are leaving this camp. Now, the reason I'm holding off on speaking to that woman is that I might want to save the game before I do so. Now, let's give one of these to the knight, because he does tend to tank a few more hits than anyone else. There's giving the healing potion as well. Potent, no, that's... Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. There we go, right. And now we're back on the road. And what an idyllic country road it is. Look at those ginormous sunflowers. Yes, they do grow pretty big, but wow, some of those are even bigger than us. Now, we know the town is roughly in this direction, and we have little reason to go exploring the other path just yet. Now, there is a signpost. So we do have a reason to explore this path. It's a hammer and tongs and anvil. Oh, there's a little child. My parents want me to be friends with the Clamreach Smith's son, but all he likes to do is fling boogers and burp really loud. Yuck! I think she means snot. Again, this is clearly written in American English. Right, we've got some pigs here. I can't talk to pigs. I mean, I can, but they won't necessarily reply very much. Wait, the chicken pays no attention to what? The heavy-set woman looks slightly surprised at your approach. My husband handles any business to do with the smithy. Just make sure he doesn't start rattling on about the boy again. What boy? It doesn't matter. Oh, come, there's no need for secrecy between friends. You can trust me. Fine. It's my husband's apprentice. He's lived with us ever since his family, decent folks by the way, passed on. And let me tell you, that young fellow shakes her head. He's as wild as a moss pig on Oster's Day. Who were his parents? Who were his parents? Decent folks, like I said. The missus was a tribal, but you'd never guess it from the way she carried herself, all genteel and kind. The man was a bandit hunter and a good friend of my husband's. Soon after his wife went on to glory, the dragon took him too, bless his poor soul. And what happened to them? The father was killed by highwaymen, and the mother, She fell to a wasting disease not long after giving birth. Ate straight through her flesh like an invisible fire. There was little more than a skeleton left by the time we laid her to rest. She looks around furtively. Some folks whispered that poison was what did her in. Do you know anyone who would poison her? I'd better not say. There's only rumours after all. Oh, if it's nothing but idle gossip, then there's no harm in telling me, whoever I am. Well, here's the thing. Skirmont's folks had a devil of a time, you know, siring offspring. Not for want of trying, mind. Then one day they hired a barbarian guide and left on a trip without a word to anyone. When they returned, the wife was pregnant. The locals believe she must have sipped on some enchanted moonshine from one of the deeper tribes, or just got shagged by the barbarian guide. The theory goes that it made her fertile but also sick. She lowers her voice. And then again, others whisper that two of them struck a deal with the fairy folk. So... they're a tricksy bunch. You have to be very specific in your requests. Ask for a bag of gold, and you best believe it will fall on your crown from the top of a temple's steeple. Ask for the little ones without fussing over the fine points, and you might end up with what she got. A nasty disease to reign all over your newfound happiness. Could be worse. They can enchant a child so they're bound to stray deep into the wilderness, shunning good folks like you and me. Tosses her head as if to banish these dark thoughts. It's all a bunch of hooey, of course. Alright, so, the lad's an orphan, for dragon's sake. At least give him a chance. Oh, I love him, like he was my own. I just worry that when our daughter's married off to the smith's son in Clamreach, and my husband and I grow old, Skirmont will be the one managing the family forge. I need him to understand what a weighty responsibility that is. I see. I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Do you know anything about that? A giant footprint? Oh, don't tell me we got giants roaming around the village now. Things are getting worse by the minute in this godforsaken backwater. But could you perhaps answer a few other questions? Well, paint me green and call me a gherkin. I reckon there's no harm in a little chin wag with your neighbour. Or what should I call you? My name's Ligsda. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Well, Ligsda, how's life around here? When there's no murder, famine, plague or floods, of which there are many, it's as good as it gets. She shrugs. Don't know any other way of living, so that's about all I can say. Any rumours making the rounds? I heard tell that Clamreach, that's a village to the east of here, was getting harassed by some barbarian thugs. She glances past the gate. Those Slurian folks can be a nasty bunch. I ain't saying they're all bad, mind, but it seems like a good many of them love making mischief. I see. Well, I guess it's time for me to go. She nods and returns to her duties. Now, what's this about a chicken? That one clucks. Wait, do they have different responses? Cockadoodle. Oh, so that's a cockerel. Got it. Clucking.
I'm on it.
Oh, well. Whatever's going on earlier, I must just miss my opportunity. The smith welcomes you with a nod, but doesn't pause in his work. Sorry for the mess. My useless helper took off again. Anyway, are you looking to buy or sell? Well, possibly both. But, this looks intriguing, but maybe we hold off a little on that for later. I'm just browsing for now, but it seems like you have a problem with your helper. Don't even get me started on that kid. How long ago did I send him to the bog to fetch me some iron? It's always one thing or another with that lazy hobbledehoy. In that case, shouldn't you find better... Well, hang on. Do you think maybe something happened to him? I mean, sort of, but not really. That boy's as dear to me as a son, blood or no blood. Besides, his late father was a good friend of mine, so of course I'm a bit worried. On the other hand, Skirmont loves nothing better than wandering around in the woods, whether it's putting pigs out of a panage. Panage? What the hell is that? Or searching for bog iron. He'll find any excuse to stay out there. You better believe me, the wilds are more dangerous than you think. If I were you, I'd be concerned. You reckon? Perhaps you're right. Each passing week, more and more bad news reaches our ears. Stories of monsters, barbarians, evil lords, wretched slavers. He stops abruptly. But nah, Skirmont knows the lands round here like a Wadelot knows the fire scrolls. We'll let him think a moment. Chut, take me. Kid's been out there doing Ugin knows what all day. I'm starting to get a little worried. He's pretty fine, but I could go looking for him for you. Where did you say he went? The bog's a bit north of here, just past the forest where we gather firewood. But I'm telling you, he must have gone mushrooming or picking berries or like. But it's not. Yeah, or picking berries or like as not, he's stretched out to take a nap. All right, well let's just before I go, let me take a gander at your wares. I have a wide range of tools and weapons. I'm sure you'll find something to suit your needs. Well, he's got a wide range of tools and some fancy weapons. Some really expensive things. A reclaimed flamberge. Oh, goodness. How battered and knackered is it? Condition, quality unreliable. Great. Okay. Some bog iron at a decent price. Okay, well maybe we should set about this rescue then. Anything else? No, I'll take my leave for now. The blacksmith turns back to the anvil and resumes hammering away at the white-hot billet. And as he does that, let's just have a quick check and see what our old Voodoo Kid can make here. Not a lot. Ooh, with our bog iron. Yes, we are going to want to do this at some point. Free! Oh, okay, I see. Well, let's just do it now. And for that, we're going to need a short handle, apparently, even though it's a two-handed weapon. So, let's do that. We now have a bog iron two-handed sword. Not that we have anyone particularly skilled in the use of two-handed swords just yet. But it's always nice to create a more diverse group of weaponry. Now, speaking of which, we have one person specialised in one-handed swords, one in one-handed maces, one in unarmed combat, one in archery. So we got no one doing anything from the spears and halberds tab yet. I think I have someone in mind for that.
Nice and smooth.
Although we could always adjust as we need to. For now, let's go find this young Skirmont and see if we can save him, as he may need it. We do know that the bog is somewhere north of here. And we will absolutely be exploring all of these fields at some point when the urge takes us. For now, though, this is theoretically a time-sensitive mission, so let's not dilly-dally too long.
What's over there?
Hello, what's this? Not the flies! I may regret this, but I'll have to wait and see. Ooh. Not quite enough. By which I meant we needed one more stamina point to be able to make a second attack there. That's okay. We only took a few minor stings before. Minor? She's on 35 and 49 health. Ouch. Okay then. And there's some kind of settlement here. There's even a fellow we can speak to. The old man casts a glance your way. Hey there, love. Are you lost? I'm looking for someone. Yeah? I'm one of the bailiff's boys, and I'll give it to you straight. There ain't many folks passing through these swamps. Your best bet would be sticking to the main road. Okay, so what are you doing here? My civic duty. He glances at the building behind him. This house is a murder scene. Better not let anyone in, at least for the time being. We might get to go in there and investigate later if we're well behaved. Why? Well, we cleaned the place, but the slaying was a grisly one. Eyes gouged out, throat slit, blood drained. Ugh. What if the tormented soul of that unlucky kid stayed down here, instead of rising up to the dragon to be judged? Then this old shack would be haunted. Nobody wants to deal with that. Besides, what if the slayer returns to gloat, you know? Gazing around, his eyes linger on you a bit more longer than necessary. Possibly even suspiciously. It's better to keep vigil, at least for a while. Whose house is it? It's a communal storehouse for all kinds of useless rubbish. I should probably say that's what it was. Who was the victim? A local farmhand, war orphan. Speak to the bailiff for more particulars. What a grim tale you told me. We find plenty of deaders out on patrol, but it's mostly brigands and drunks shanking each other over some trifle. Mundane stuff, you know. This one was different, with a capital D. Did you see a young fellow, the blacksmith's helper, pass this way? I think I did, yeah. He was heading north. Guess he was looking for bog iron in the swamps. Yes, he probably was. I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Would you know anything about that? Must have been some local, some kind of beast, he shrugs. That's normal out here. Right, I'll go and ask someone else then. Alright, later.
Fine.
We may very well return here at some point. For now though, let's get around this fence. We see a little dock over here. And some more dragonfire herb, whatever it's called. Dragon leaf. Alright. I'm gonna follow up here. And I'll make... swamp's a swamp. We better explore it. This is gonna hurt like hell, but here we go. Help! Here come these blue-feathered fiends. I spy 6 of them. If only we could back out of the thick swampy water and leave them in it, but unfortunately that's not going to be very viable. Let's get that sword and shield up and defend ourselves. Should have probably done these the other way around, but hey. Excellent stuff. Punch it! Yeah! And now back up a bit. Good Sir Knight, if you would kindly do the honours. We're going to have to get him a better mace sometime soon. And with our bow, let's see if we can fell a few. Oh, good shooting. Go on, girl. Give him a bit of space. Oh. Nasty, nasty. Okay, let's strike away.
Let the hunt begin.
Okay, you know what to do, pal. With a hop, skip and a jump. Excellent stuff. Let's see if we can circle round a bit. And bug of a circling, we'll get a few straight attacks in too. Advance ever so slightly to gain their attention and loose some more shafts.
Dog, or whatever you are.
You're doing well, lady. One left, and it leaps through the air, launching itself from the muck and slime. Now, can we
You're going down, beastie.
lay this beast low in the mud and then try and find their bodies to search?
Die, monster!
Thank you. I'll be at the smithy. Excellent, and we'll be trying to loot these bodies. Okay, we'll just click on that one. Take all those. Excellent, that's everything dealt with. So there is a travel marker here for quick travel, but we're not going to use it. What we are going to do, however, is give that arrow back, and then we'll pop it on here with these. Okay. So I'm going to head southwards because there's another isle here opposite the little docks. I would like to... It's very early in the morning. To keep it... Oh, hello. There's more over there. Right. Is that an island? Or it looks like it is. Or the other shore, I was going to say. Uh-oh. It's a crocodile. Probably two of them by the look of it. Ow. The pain, the hardship, the killer crocs. And I'm not talking about footwear. What? Crocodiles are capable of vicious bursts of speed. And move aside, lady. Let your friends in. Can we get a flying kick on something that low? Apparently we can. Strike it good, Sir Knight. Strike it good. And then if we fill them full of shafts, maybe just weaken this one a little bit more.
No can do.
Fair enough, lady. Do what you can. Ow! Someone's going to be drinking a healing potion. Oh, it's so horrible. We should get some kind of disoriented status from that. Oh, lady, that is not good.
You're going down.
Punchy man to the rescue. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think we got this now. Excellent. Now, I did say somebody
Service.
was going to use a healing potion. There we go. We don't want to waste a massive one just yet.
You have my ear.
I'm
That
on it.
looked like a treasure chest. What's this? Oh, a shield. A Slurium shield. A brass ring. An old sword. How does that compare? Not quite so good as our own. Right, she can carry that. As shields go, lower stamina attacks, better dodge chance. Generally a worse quality shield. Got it. That's okay though. Let's keep on exploring, because I'm going to do some map clearance now. We've rescued the lad already, and now we're just going to get some experience points before going back to the forge. Maybe one of us wants to put some points into sword skill and try using a two-handed sword next level.
Nice and smooth.
For now though, we're just enjoying this fetid, swampy atmosphere. In as much as anyone can, I suppose. I should have probably explored on the other side of this up here as well.
Uh-huh.
The fields on the other side of this foresty section up there. Probably should have explored that. But so far, so good, right? We just get past those tree branches. Aha! A small group of wolves. There's quite a few of them in the wilderness around this part of town. Okay, that one's got really angry. Okay, accuracy and defense, please. Okay, we didn't particularly get either very well there. Oh, mate, seriously? Oh! Game does not like me at the moment. Alright, can we come around and get this one? And protect the woman with the bow. Because she is shooting point blank into this thing. I'd love to fell this target. Uh-oh, here we go. But I'm glad we protected her all the same. She's not the most stable of party members. Uh-oh. Oh, right. So, about those potions I didn't want to waste. Might have to revise that opinion. Just hit it. You know what? Go for the backflip as well. We haven't used that much recently, if at all before, actually. And nip back round there. Drink a potion. We don't want to risk you getting double injured. I'm not sure you can. Right, and axe attacks. There we go. And you know what? They're both very deadly. But of the two, this one seems the worst. And again, please. Nope. No command performance. Excellent stuff. You know what? While you're here, get a plus 3% dodge bonus. It's not much, but it's better than just letting the action points go to waste. And maybe we should just get him some axe skills. Someone got a level. And she's going to get that arrow back as well before She's now down to 18 arrows from her 32 at the beginning of the episode. That's not great, by the way. Now, she's got these bog iron arrows, which is good. But we should probably be looking to get her some more ammunition at some point.
Fine.
Now,
I'll
those
do it.
wolves were by this pack of provisions. Okay. There may be a second pack of wolves up here. I can't remember. I don't think there are. But we might as well explore and find out, eh? No second pack of wolves. That's okay. And a bit of darkness to explore just down there. I'm sure we'll do admirably in that regard. So, we've cleared out this little section of the map, and there's quite a nice fun... Oh, no, that's all dead wolves, it's nothing else. There's lots of map to explore. Oh, little island, or islet, down here. Yeah, it is an islet, isn't it? Okay. Why do I keep thinking there's going to be a skeleton down here? We already found the dead body with the sword and shield. And the ring.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get a little closer and just make a little dent in there. No, that's all we get, I'm afraid. Okay. Well, time to head back to the forge then, and gain the appreciation of the smith and his wife. And the young lad we rescued, of course. It's just not expanding to the right there at all. But while we are here, maybe we just walk along this edge a little. Okay. We go this way. Yeah, we can just about. Okay. Excellent stuff. No, not that way just yet. I mean, I can absolutely explore that way. I just don't particularly need to. If I keep it a little compact and go back to the locations I know, or where I know I am needed, then I probably should have run back here a lot earlier and not gone exploring the mire. Aha. Blacksmith's wife drops what she's doing and plants her fists on her hips. You needing something? We can't talk to her about the missing boy. She nods and returns to her duties. Hey, Skirmont. Skirmont beams at you with his simple, gap-toothed smile. By the gods, it's good to be back. How are you holding up? You know, once I dealt with the monsters, you proved to be quite the athlete. I don't know that word, but if you mean my running, anyone can do it. The secret is in your breathing. Breathing? Yep. When you're running away from a critter, your body wants to take in as much air as it can, but that's actually bad for you. Instead, you should force yourself to take even breaths through your nose holes. In a rare display of enthusiasm, the apprentice spends a few minutes teaching you the breathing technique he used to escape, and we get 2 more points of outdoorsmanship. Well, that's wonderful. How are you holding up? Everything's going great. I'd rather be bored to death by Master than eaten by those pesky snappers, that's for sure. Yeah, your master cares deeply for you. It would be smart to show him some gratitude. Oh, shucks, I'm doing my best, but... And you know what they whisper about me, right? I'm a child of the woods. Nature is my true calling. It's only a matter of time before something drags me into the forest again. It can't be helped. I'm sure it can. These are dangerous times. You can't walk a mile without something or someone giving you trouble. Shucks, Master has done a lot for me since my parents died. Way more than he had to, really. I'll try harder to please him from now on. And I'm going to start by being more heedful when I'm out in the wilderness. You know, I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Do you know anything about that? Oh, darn. Was it like a direwolf paw print? Or a thunder beast's? He stares at you wide eyes. Or a thunder beast's? How awesome would that be? I've never seen a real thunder beast. So a footprint, you say? Yeah, no idea. It could be anything, maybe even one of the Fae. Could you answer a few more questions? Shucks, you saved my life. It's the least I can do. No, I'll come back to him later. Come to think of it, I'd best get going. Right, be seeing you. If we speak to him again a little later on, or it might have to be after speaking to the blacksmith, we can get an extra quest reward for helping him. For now, though, it's not happening just yet. The blacksmith is happy to see you. Hey! I heard how you rescued my apprentice, that daft clodpole from the horde of snappers. You deserve a proper reward for saving his sorry hide. How about a fine iron ingot, eh? Oh, that's very generous of you. That's the best metal we've seen so far. It's not bog iron, that's proper iron mined out of the ground. You earned it, lass. You know, why are you so worried about the tidiness of your smithy? Can we talk about something else? I've got enough work to drive a man balmy as a Betsy bug. Okay. We clearly needed a bit more personality. That's a shame. Doesn't look like we get a second chance unless we come back. You know, I saw a giant footprint on the way here. Do you know anything about that? Dragon be merciful. I hope it's not the footprint of some new monster. This village has its fill of troubles already. Alright, yeah, fair enough. Let's change the subject. I'm interested in your goods, but the prices are a bit steep. Some might even... Look, I helped you out. Can we maybe make some kind of a deal? Forget it. I'm barely making enough dinars to feed my kids. If I drop the prices anymore, I might as well send them to beg in front of a temple. What kind of father would I be then? Yeah, alright, fair enough. Let's see what you got. Are you looking to harm someone else or protect yourself from harm? Well, a bit of both, but mostly for survival. There's an old sword. We don't need that anymore. What else can we part with? This axe is a downgrade compared to our current... the copper mace. Yeah, we could try and make a bog iron mace. What would we need for that? How many? Because we could buy some more. Let's keep the shield for now. We're keeping the claymore. In which case, actually, yeah, that's probably all we're selling. Are we buying? Let's say no, not buying. Just take the coin. And then, as the blacksmith returns back to his anvil, we'll check. If we wanted to make a mace head, we'd need 2 bog iron. We don't have the skill for proper full-on iron just yet. And speaking of skill, someone did just level. So we could purchase 2 bog iron, but it would be extortionately expensive. It would be like 276. I mean, we could. And that would free up our knight's combat skills again. Might even be an upgrade from this special axe. Let's see. 3 to 7. Hang on. We can't preview the stats on it unless we make it. Okay, that's a shame. Well, I can make the handle, no problems. What would really be nice, though, would be to get some glue so we could start making some more protective items. But the great glue shortage continues for now, I'm afraid. Alright.
Nice and smooth.
Now, before leaving this place, let's just explore a little around the forge, because there's a riverbank here. We have destructible fence portions. Not entirely. I will go down to the shoreline. Just to be certain, as opposed to be sure. I'm not going to outright rob anything that lies around the house, like if there's a chest tucked around the building, but hey-ho. So here we have some more provisions and a basket containing a healing potion and a pewter spoon. Let's leave them for now. If things get really bad, we might come claim that, but we should ask ourselves why this is here. Did someone have a picnic set up? I don't know for certain. If we just nip round the back here a moment. We're just clearing out fog of war, right? And we will absolutely be back here again, so we can do the other side a little bit later. We were speaking of skills earlier. So Lyris has hit level 3. So she's finally caught up with everyone. 15 skill points. Well, she is the mistress of unlocking. Maybe give her a stealth boost, a little more archery. Because if we hit 100, we'll get plus 5% immobilization resistance, which is excellent because she'll want to run away from people who are beating her up. We could get another 2 points in bladed weapons to unlock +1 damage of foes. We might want to get her some spear skill at some point because with her strength and endurance, she's probably best. I mean, how can she pull a bowstring reliably and comfortably with that low strength? Yeah, we might want to get her a ranged weapon like a crossbow. Ooh. Does her current now unique skill require a bow or crossbow? That I'll have to look into. Right. Get a little in medicine, actually. Because why not? And then we'll put the remaining 2 points in lockpicking. There we go. And no ability at level 3, so that's actually a very good point. Now, this used to be a bow skill when it was originally available in the game, so I think if we just assume it still is, because this hasn't been changed, the only thing that's been changed is that it's been replaced by some other abilities, so the other characters don't have access to it. Okay. Let's head into town then. Although, I might be looking to end the episode shortly after we do. Let's at least get through the gates. And then stop out here for a moment. Because there should be someone coming to see us shortly after we arrive in town. Although, he seems to roam around now rather than just coming from right nearby down there. Now he seems to come as his patrol brings him round to us. Even so... Well, let's speak to this woman while we're waiting, shall we? This short, well-dressed woman is keeping an eye on the road, as vigilant as a hunting hawk. That child of mine... She spots you. Hello, I wasn't expecting company. Is something wrong with your kid? Yes, but it's nothing that can't be... Ah, there's the man who's coming to speak to us. Yes, but it's nothing that can't be helped. I sent the ragamuffin to fetch me a load of firewood, but he must be out running around with his friends again. Maybe some cold porridge for supper will teach him a little consideration. You know, I'm known as someone who fixes problems for money. Wolves, bandits, unruly little scamps. Mate, don't extort this bloody woman. Isn't that what childhood's for? Let him live a little. He can have his fun once the chores are finished. He needs to learn responsibility if he's to take over the farm when I grow old. Nowadays, it seems like even women folk are cavorting around out in the wild like vagabonds. Should look you over particularly. No offence intended. Look, I may be a vagabond, but mindless gallivanting is not for me. Mindful gallivanting, on the other hand, that's another matter entirely. Oh, I don't mean to offend. It's clear as creek water that you're an adventurer, and I respect that. Just know that folks in these parts are weary of their kind. Adventurer? I'm an itinerant priestess, a weird lot of our lord the dragon. Oh, excuse me, sister, I didn't know. Let us talk about something else, if you don't mind. Alright then, to completely change the subject, I saw a giant footprint on my way here. Do you know anything about that? My, oh my, that must be Nulki's doing. The poor blighter's never been the same since after what happened. He keeps rambling about hairy arms and legs or whatever, I don't rightly remember. He lives, she thinks before gesturing in a vague non-direction, somewhere over there. And ironically, he does actually live quite nearby, and she could have pointed more specifically. Alright, what can you tell me about him? He's a bit of a crackpot, unsurprisingly. You see, his father left his family for another woman when Nulki was just a wee lad, and now Nulki's daughter has run off with a barbarian of all the dragon-blessed things. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'll let you get back to whatever it is you're doing. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Didn't even get to ask her name. A tall man in a worn buff coat heads straight towards you with a bold gait and a greeter's smile. Oh there! Can't remember if I've ever seen your face in our neck of the woods before. Let's have ourselves a friendly chat, eh? My name is Sister Gwyneth of the Lakes, travelling Wadelot at your service. A pleasure. I'm deputy to the local bailiff, just checking on the newcomers. So, Gwyneth of the Lakes, what brings you to Grainhold? Oh, I'm on a trek to Swordhaven. I do indeed have a purpose. I need to get there to take the magical amulet that's not a ring to someone to show it to them and see what they have to say to me. But I don't need to tell them all that. And you best talk to old Worcester. He's our ferryman. Fella can be a handful, but he's harmless. Thanks. What can you tell me about your chief? The bailiff is tough but fair. If you got business of him, my advice is to be on your best behaviour. He's got no qualms about kicking a body's teeth in if they act up. Then again, you don't look like that type. Well, I've got a couple of questions about the village. Sorry, I'm on patrol duty. Can you at least tell me your name? It's Ermont. Alright, well, talk to you later, Ermont. Stay out of trouble and we'll be golden. And now that he has asserted his authority and gained our identities, we can be on our way. Now, the fellow we want to see about the footprint, the Nulki who was mentioned, is just up there. If we want to speak to the ferryman, we should probably head towards the river. There are a number of other things we can do in the village, which takes up about this much of the map. But for now, I think I'm going to end this episode here, because we will have plenty to do in town in the next episode. Right, well, I'll say goodbye for now then, and cheerio everyone. See you all next time.